Alright, good morning everybody in Zwiftland. This is our first live stream event for the Dirt YouTube page. We're going to do Rolling Thunder this morning. Getting over being a little bit sick, trying to get back into it. Mostly recovered, but still on antibiotics. And we are going to see how the legs are feeling before tomorrow's race. Tomorrow is season 2 of the Morning Grind Fondo with Team Dirt and Team Draft. And we will be smashing it in London and going up Box Hill. The A's will do 3 laps of Box Hill, the B's will do 2 laps, as will the C's, and I believe the D's will just do 1 lap. So anyway, let's get into it. Welcome to Dirt Media World Headquarters, which is a shed in my backyard in Carborough. Everything appears to be going well with the live stream so far. Good morning, Dirts. We are live. So if you've noticed my sweet hat, Dirt Indoor Specialist, the trucker's hat, allow for maximum ventilation while I'm sweating it up on my trainer. And here we go. Start to get those watts up a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard of a start. It's just a group ride. It's my first day with a brand new drivetrain. Did a DIY project, and it only cost me 30 bucks to take it to a mechanic to fix everything I screwed up. Getting in the rear, the derailleur's not too difficult, even though the front one seems much less complex. It's a lot harder to get adjusted, at least it seems to be to me. So I frayed a cable and couldn't get the tension right and had to take it back in. guys hear me? Alright, we are live streaming to YouTube. Everything seems to be going okay so far. I'm not live streaming the Discord channel, so say whatever you want. F-bombs, mom jokes, anything you want. Yeah, go for it. Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that. There is. How does the stream sound? Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. My fan is right above the microphone. That's probably what it is. Might have to relocate the fan. You might see the shirt come off. It's a nice easy pace so far. And I really feel my lungs struggling to open up after being sick. I did my first ride since Thursday on last night with the high school mountain bike team. Yeah, and I didn't have any coughing or anything. It's just, I think I started getting a sinus infection. Oh, cool. Josh is leaving. Oh, cool. Sweet. See? Josh has got that potty mouth, just like me. I'm on my bike 6 hours a day. Well, you know, one thing since we're live streaming, we might as well talk about the struggles of the Zwift life. And, you know, when you have a team as popular as Dirt, and we have daily rides, they're so enticing to ride with your friends that it's hard to stick with a training program. I was going to do my training program this morning until Stern was like, "Hey man, you doing the group ride?" And my answer was sure. Yeah. Good deal. Been following Shane Gaffney's. Yeah, right. Been following Shane Gaffney's Build Me Up training program. And it's really, yeah, it's been hard to balance that. I'm a high school mountain bike coach, so all those mountain bike practices 2 to 3 days a week, and making sure I'm fresh on race day for the morning grind fondo on Wednesdays. playing with some different camera angles. If you look behind me, there's Josh Stein working on his base miles with the yellow beacon. Getting a little hot under this trucker's hat. Cool thing about my avatar is he looks skinny fat just like I do in real life. No shoulders, no arms, just a ring of fat. Our current enrollment on Facebook right now is approaching somewhere, I think, between 1,350 members and 1,400 on Discord. Excuse me. On Zwift Power, our official team is, man, 450, 500. We're now one of the biggest teams in the world. The only teams bigger, the last I checked, were maybe Denmark, Poland, Germany, countries. Yeah. We're the biggest non-country race team. Yeah, one of those islands off the coast of New Jersey. And it'll become, yeah, and we'll name it Watopia. Yep. So while we're on this live stream, I want to talk a little bit about some DIY bike repair. I am not a good bike mechanic. It always amazes me how much more fine-tuning there is on a bike than with a car or home improvements. I decided to do a drivetrain swap myself for the first time. New chain, new front chain rings that had 12,000 miles on them needed to be replaced, and a new cassette. Everything went on pretty. Yeah, it seems like it should be straightforward and simple, but there are a lot of tricks. So it took me a couple of hours of fast forwarding and rewinding YouTube videos, taking the cassette back off, removing spacers, setting limit screws, and everything was going great until I loosened that front cable for the front derailleur, and I could not get it right. Finally threw my bike and my trainer in the truck, took it to the shop for about 35 bucks. They replaced the cable and fixed it for me. My main car's been gone for a couple years. And the funny thing is, the local bike shops, you know, like, you can tell they want to get annoyed that you didn't bring it to them in the first place, but at the same time, they still want your business. And the only way to learn how to work on bikes is to work on bikes. Yeah. And you're not without, you know, one thing about do it yourself is around here the bike shops are backed up sometimes for weeks. So it's rare that you can take it in and have it back even within 24 hours. Sometimes it's, you got to set an appointment 2 or 3 weeks in advance around here, and then it's in the shop for multiple days. Brakes. So I've replaced the disc brakes on my mountain bike, and it really wasn't too hard, and swapped out rotors. The problem is if it comes to adjusting or bleeding them, but usually you don't have to do that. That's one of those things. If you have disc brakes, it's kind of recommended you just go ahead and take it to the shop, because it's not that expensive to get it worked on, and you don't need to buy. If you're going to bleed your stuff, you need special equipment. It can get air in it over time in your disc brakes, but I've gone years without, like the entire life cycle of a mountain bike, and I've never had to mess with the brakes. Funny, this week one of the local bike shops posted that YouTube is not a substitute for a professional mechanic. And I'm like, yeah, watch this. Nah, I took it to a different one. There's one shop in town that can almost always get you your bike back in one day. The shop I prefer to go to, here's a plug for them, Back Alley Bikes. They've got the best mechanics, but wait times can be long. And if it's something, a scheduled maintenance or upgrade, it's not a problem. You just call them up, you take your bike in, they look it over, and they tell you what day to bring it back. So as long as it's still rideable, it's not a problem. And they're pretty good about working with you. So if I went in and I said, hey, listen, you know, I just broke some spokes, and I've got a race in 3 days, they would bump you up in the queue. Or if you're a commuter and you need your bike to get to work, they'll prioritize you. So they'll work with you. Yeah. Alright, so we got a big announcement coming up today on our Facebook page. Make sure you tune in at about noon. I've got a post about to post up. Yep. Air boost. Hey Muchler, how's the audio on the live stream? Do you hear any beats? Okay, good deal. Trying to play some background music that won't get the stream deleted for copyright infringement. I don't know. Yeah, I've had some of my... Yeah, so what they did with one of my videos a couple years ago, I went to a BMX demo, and they had the PA playing, you know, music that you hear at a BMX demo, and YouTube muted the video so it's still up, but with no sound. Yeah, the music was copyrighted. Yeah, with my the trucker hat and the, yeah, getting arrested with the dirt tank top on, getting arrested, drug out of the shed. I'd be acting a fool. I'd get tased. No. That would be terrible. Oh man, one of our dirts has got to drop out. His baby's crying. So in case you were wondering what dirt stands for, it's Dad's Inside Riding Trainers. We all deal with the same bullshit. Crying babies, kids that need their diapers changed, school bus showing up. Boss calling you with an emergency. The yellow beacon behind us. What happened? everybody. I think it's the first time I've ever worn a shirt on my trainer in my life. I might have to start keeping it real. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, same here. I wear cheap shorts, you know, because they need to be washed every day. So, with the performance going out of business sale, I went and bought a couple of pairs of just shorts, not even bids. They're inexpensive. They're easy to just throw in the sink with a little soapy water at the end of the ride. Rinse them out and dry them overnight. You mean one? Oh my gosh. What if so real quick learning moment here on Discord going on in the background. I'm going to share it with the live stream. We're talking about cycling gear, cycling clothing, and how to take care of your bib shorts. Line dry them. You can wash them in the washing machine after every use, but one thing I'd recommend is getting a lingerie bag, because your bib short straps will get tangled up with other clothes really badly, or around the agitator. If you've got that style of washing machine, it can really stretch things out. So the lingerie bags are only a couple bucks. Just throw them in there. Yeah, put them inside out. Make sure this, spray some stain release on your skid marks. They'll come out like they're brand new. I'm gonna pass on saying that on the live stream. Hey, we wouldn't be dads if we didn't smirk at poop jokes. Yep. trying to get, my body's having some weird sensations. This is the longest I've been off the bike in a long time. I mean, I did ride last night, but it's weird taking, I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Which doesn't sound like much, but I hit my biggest two. I tied my training month with 34 hours in December and smashed my all-time hours in January with 37. And it's all thanks to dirt. I mean, I would never have thought I would break a training record in the month of January before this game. So the question on Discord was, how do I notice my form transferring into the real world? It's a little hard to say because I never ride my road bike in the real world. And on my mountain bike, I've got winter tires on it, which are big and heavy, and flat pedals this time of year for practice and skill work. So it's a little hard to say, but the juice is definitely still there. Come the spring, I'll turn back the cross-country race mode, put lighter tires on it, put my clipless pedals back on it, and go seek some segments. It's also hard. Everything's been so muddy, you can't get good grip, so even if you have the fitness to rail it on a trail, the leaf litter and organics in the mud just really slow you down. What's that? Am I worried about burnout in July? No, not really. I've got 2 beach vacations planned this summer where I'll go and chill and eat what I want and relax discipline. And Outer Banks to Emerald Isle. Where are you going? Okay, gotcha. So I believe that's pretty far north. Corolla, yeah. They call it Corolla down there, I think. Where do you live? Okay. Yeah, Raleigh's pretty. RDU Airport's like 20 minutes away from me. Yeah, hit me up when you're in Raleigh, dude. We'll hang out. You mountain bike? Maybe we could rent you a mountain bike when you're here. We'll go shred. That'll be awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get constant Peloton ads on YouTube. Here's the thing. Yeah. I think the Zwift ads are cooler. So the Peloton ads are great if you want to get like a skyline view of New York City from your $6,500 a month studio apartment. So yeah. So one thing I love about our dirt page, I've said this before, we have the biggest collection of indoor trainer photos in the world. I mean, probably so, man. Because every time that somebody joins, we send them a message to post a picture of your indoor training setup. And I mean, yeah. And what I love is the abysmal conditions that some of you people train in. Jesus Christ. It's unbelievable. Sure, there's somebody doing it. So let me tell you, when I didn't have a shed when I first moved here, and I had a 1-year-old. I would set up my trainer in the carport with my iPad sitting on the hood of my wife's car and a baby monitor. My wife would go to the gym early, so I'd be out in the carport, and you can't leave your stuff out overnight, it could get stolen. So setting up my stuff in the freezing cold at 6 a.m. and watching GCN cycling training videos on YouTube. And where I'm at now this is a miracle compared to that. That's ridiculous. Where did they train? Somebody's house? I mean, I guess that's not too bad. It's the closest thing to Discord back in the day is training in your buddy's garage with some friends. It'd be like a spin class. It'd be a lot like Peloton, only without a gorgeous instructor with abs. Yeah. Everybody ready for season 2 of the Grind Fondo? Starting tomorrow. Good deal. So, the Morning Grind Fondo is a partnership that Dirt has a team draft where it is a 12-week, 12-race series with separate categories, A through D, and prizes are given to the cumulative points winner for each category. It's the best of 9, so you can miss or have up to 3 bad races. It's a real donut culture. Okay, to define donut culture, the social media around this series is dominated by donuts, people eating donuts, pictures, donut jokes. That's what I mean by donut culture. Yeah, so it's going to be sponsored by Rouleur Sportswear. So let me tell you about them. It's a local cycling apparel company based here in Raleigh, North Carolina, run by a buddy of mine that I recruited. So there's this dude that I race with on these XC races. His name is, well, Michael Vandy. His last name's not really Vandy, it's too long for me to pronounce. But really nice guy. And he's the one that came up with that lumberjack skin suit. Did you guys see that thing? Yeah. So it's a plaid shirt with suspenders and jeans, and it's a speed suit. Okay, so we'll post that in comments on this YouTube feed. Yeah, he's really funny. And they have a jersey of the month that they do. Yeah. So, Michael, the owner, races for a local microbrewery called Crank On Brewery, and they are really active in the local cycling community, sponsor a lot of events, put up prize money. We've got some really strong riders. No, I haven't been to Duck Donuts. That's pretty far away from where I usually go, but I hear it's good. You mean on the Outer Banks? Okay. Somebody's talking about a maple glazed bacon donut. Sounds awesome. Try and get in a few hard efforts. Move through the pack on this hill. Josh, ease up. Only losers ease up, Josh. And ride leaders, yeah. Fair enough. Hey, it's Steve Rittenberg, one of our founding members. Let's give him a ride on. Deadlifts too. Deadlifts are important. Especially for mountain bikers, I think, even more so than road cyclists. Because you're getting that deep hip hinge. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Deadlifts will make your back super strong, but they will wreck it if you screw them up. Right now. Everybody has disappeared. Yeah, something. We'll see. It looks like it's still streaming. I'm gonna finish this one solo. Okay, we are about to conclude our first live stream. Looks like a little bit of a technical hiccup towards the end, where I'm riding this one out solo for the last 2 minutes. We'll have to troubleshoot that a little bit, but it's not too unusual to see a dropout. It looks like I do still have internet access, but my peeps have disappeared. Thank you for joining us for Dirt Rolling Thunder. Come back tomorrow morning, 5:45. Make sure you get a good warm up. And we're going to be smashing season 2 of the Morning Grind Fondo with Team Draft and Team Dirt. Have a great day. Recover. Eat some bacon and donuts. Get ready, because tomorrow we roll. Good luck, everybody. All right, ride on. We'll see you tomorrow.